evening. We're back with Moments of Magic. As promised by Gene the other day, or the last time we were on, we're going to try and integrate a little bit more talk about rocks and minerals and that kind of stuff. So, to honor that.
So tonight we have nothing.
No, to honor that process. Part of what happened in the last 2 weeks, there are a number of things that happened. Most of them were things that happened to Gene, but it reminded me that integration of all the data that we carry, all the experiences that we've had, is really useful in kind of keeping track of the stuff that you need to keep track of. I call it integration, and I use a set of stones for that, which are all the same kind of minerals. They're all asteroided feldspars, and because they come in a wide variety of colors, it's particularly handy when because you can use those colors to reference different kinds of experiences, and you can arrange stuff kind of like bullet points, which is kind of handy. So I use moonstone, labradorite, sunstone, and amazonite, and then there's a couple other feldspars that you could actually use, and so that moves us into integrating. So what happened to Jean that she had to remember things about?
I don't think it had anything to do with integrating, but maybe it will over time. I'm not sure. But it was interesting. What I was thinking of when I set this up today was how when you focus on moments of magic simply by doing this little bit that we do pretty much weekly, we are kind of hyper focused on magic. So we look for it. We look for magical things. We look for events that seem to be synchronicity. We look for things that maybe you wouldn't look for normally. And so I was looking, while we've been doing this Moments of Magic and focusing on magic, what's created is sort of a buildup of magic. So in the last couple of weeks, we've been getting fan mail. We've been getting asking us when we're going to come back, and we got an invitation to speak somewhere, which I thought was just magical, actually. And it's just an illustration of how magic begets magic. So that was fun, and it's been interesting to watch. The other thing I wanted to talk about was a little more serious, but it was more about how the universe has your back all the time. So something happened last week, which ended up with me in the emergency room, and what could have happened was way, way worse. And what did happen was just sort of an alert to this other thing that was going on. And so what I got from that was I was just given a chance to shift something in my life almost as if by magic. And the universe provided me with a much more gentle way of seeing the problem and fixing it before it became very serious. So that was magical to me. And the other magical thing that happened out of that was when this happened, I asked people for prayers and for healing and for whatever they felt, for help. I asked people for help, and that was not easy for me. And it ended up, I could feel this tremendous wave of love. I could feel healing energy, and I could really, it felt like it was just very uplifting. So it was magical in that way, and it was magical to realize how many, many people are just really sincerely wanting to help when things go wrong. And it was magical. And to bring it back to stones, one of my friends did a healing on me, and she said, carry this bloodstone. These are two stones that are like just working stones. They work. And so I carried this bloodstone around for a few days, for quite a while. And and I could feel that working. I mean, it was working. And then she did a healing with this selenite, just completely cleared everything out. And so sometimes we overlook things like selenite and bloodstone. Oh, those aren't exotic. They're not diamonds or rubies. They're not something we've never heard of, but they are quite simply, they're just healing. They create healing energy. The selenite cleared a lot of things away, and the bloodstone just worked quietly in my pocket. And that's kind of brings this around full circle to why we work with stones, is because they are very effective and they just sort of work sometimes quietly in the background. And that was my moment of magic, sort of many, many moments of magic all in one. And the point of that is when you start to work with focusing on the magical of whatever's going on around you, even if it's a little terrifying as well, you start to see how it all weaves together and it how it pops up when you least expect it. Did you have anything?
You have another thing to it that you wanted to bring up.
I didn't.
You did.
Well, you're gonna have to tell me because I don't remember.
Jean and I received an invitation to
I
do
said
something.
that. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, fine. Then
No,
never mind.
to speak. Yes, we did. It was lovely, and it's exciting, and we'll see where it goes. So he's got nothing much to say tonight. It's all good. And we'd like to wish you a happy new year. We're happy to be back. We're excited about this year and to see what it brings, to see where the magic leads us. So I hope you're enjoying the magic in your life as well. And we will see you next week on Moments of Magic.